Banks are facing to collect defaulted loan, and even interest recovery is one of the major challenge for the banks as of now.
Namaste, I am Anand from the CareEdge Nepal Limited. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce one of the key person of the Nepal banking industry. He is the person who is leading one of the largest commercial bank in Nepal, and he doesn't need any introduction, and his name is Mr. Manoj. So, Manoj sir, welcome in a
Thank you, sir.
podcast.
Thank you so much, Anand.
So, sir, let me start. So, sir, can you brief me about your journey from the Delek to the as a CEO of the Nabil Bank?
Yeah, thanks, sir. So, thanks for this opportunity from Care Rating, and even CEO is taking that podcast interview with me. So, I'm grateful to you. So, basically, the Delek district is a remote district. So, when I passed my SLC or ACE examination, by that time there was no road access to my place. So, we used to walk 1.5 days to Surkhet to get a bus to come to Kathmandu.
Okay.
So, I just passed SLC from Delek itself, and I came to Kathmandu for further study. So, I was here to study for science because my father wanted me to be a doctor later on. But after 2-3 months continuation in a science faculty, I changed my faculty and I just started in management.
Okay.
So, then I completed my graduation from Nepal itself. Then I pursued for chartered accountancy in India. So, at that time Institute of Chartered Accountant Institute was not established in Nepal.
Okay.
So, we had only one option to go to India.
Okay.
So, I went to Lucknow and I studied chartered accountancy from there. Within 4 years time I completed my chartered accountancy, and I came back. And after coming back to Nepal, so because of the family background and other things, so rather than starting practice, I just searched for the job. Okay. And there were some openings of job in private sector banks, government bank,
okay,
like Nepal Bank, Banijya Bank, and in a central bank as well. So, I applied in 2 banks. One was the Nepal Bank Limited and one other was the Nepal Rashtra Bank.
Okay.
So, Nepal Rashtra Bank interview was first I got selected, even I selected in a number 1 rank, and then I just continue as a central banker.
Okay.
In 2003.
Okay.
So, I continued for 4.5 years. Then I switched to commercial banking again.
Okay.
So, I switched to Global IME Bank, which is the largest bank as of now in the country, which was newly established bank at that time in 2008.
Okay.
So, only with the 3 branches, less than 3 billion rupees
across Nepal.
Yeah, across Nepal, only
Okay.
3 branches and less than 3 billion size of balance sheet size, and 70 crore was the capital at that time. So, I joined as a head of finance in that institution. I worked for 8 years. Then I switched to Jyoti Vikas Bank as a deputy CEO. Then I take the charge of the CEO of that bank. I completed my tenure as a CEO of Jyoti Vikas Bank. Then during COVID time, I just tried to start my own practice as a chartered accountant.
Okay.
But I got some offers from the banks, and fortunately Nabil Bank, one of the highest paying and having the good brand name in a market, so they offered a deputy general manager level of position to me with a good package of remuneration. And also I joined Nabil Bank in 2020.
Okay.
So then I think I did good with the bank, and I got annual promotion almost. So DGM to GM to deputy CEO to senior deputy CEO to I just appointed as a CEO last June 5th.
Okay.
So now if we just see
almost more than 1 year.
Yeah. No, not it's not completed. So it's completed. I have almost 5 months.
Last fiscal year.
Last fiscal year only.
Okay. Okay.
So this is about my career journey from that Delek to as a CEO of Nabil Bank.
So it's a really very encouraging things that you have a great experience in the banking sector. So from the global IME bank to the Jyoti Vikas bank, now the Navil bank, and Navil bank is the one of the leading commercial bank, you know that. So sir, I have a one question and in a mind, that what kind of the challenges you are facing, because you know that the currently Nepal economy is not performing as per the expectation, and so what kind of the challenges you are facing on day-to-day basis as a CEO of the bank?
So basically, not only with the Nabil Bank, this case is for almost all financial institutions as of now. So currently, that NPA level is shooting up, anything like before. So during 3 years' time, that industry's NPA level, which was less than 2% earlier, so that has been reported is a 5% as of now, and many banks already exceeded, 7 banks already exceeded even 5% NPA, despite of regulatory relaxation of restructuring, rescheduling, and so many relaxation has been given by regulators, considering that Gen Z factor and other factors. Despite of all those adjustments, the banking sector is almost at 5% of NPA. So currently, the major challenge is NPA management, and the main reason is the if we just consider overall portfolio of the bank and financial institution. So earlier we were comfortable. In many areas, our NPA level used to be questioned. How Nepal is managing NPA less than 2%, sometimes 1.5 or 1.67%. So basic reason was our portfolio still as of now is backed by fixed assets collateral, that is land and building. Almost 64% of total portfolio has been backed by that secondary collateral, that is land and building. So earlier what used to have when the customer got default, so we used to auction the property. Either customer themselves, they used to dispose the property at the better rate and they settle the loan. If not, bank could settle those loans, disposing these properties. But since last 2 years, there is almost no transactions, and even transactions that real estate value has been reduced by almost 10% to 50% in some cases. Right. So there is very less liquidity in a real estate sector. So because of that reason, even banks are booking properties in a NBA. We are not being able to dispose. NPA management by disposing this secondary collateral is not being possible, and people has been locked with all those things. That is one of the major challenge banks are facing as of now. Banks are reporting profit because of NFRS of this interest recognition on accrual basis. But if you see distributable profit of the bank, that Q1 result has been recently published, and 6-7 banks has already published negative distributable profit despite of opening positive distributable profit. So that means banks are facing to collect defaulted loan, and even interest recovery is one of the major challenge for the banks as of now. Next challenge is excess liquidity is there in a market. So market is, if we just consider overall market, so we have more than 75 crore deposits, right? So if we consider that 90% ceiling of CD ratio is prescribed by the Nepal Rashtra Bank, so there is about 1100 billion rupees of loanable fund. So if not considered that 90% CD ratio, considering capital adequacy and all other factors, even more than 800 billion rupees are there in a surplus liquidity. So banks are and there is no demand of credit in the market. So young people are flying,
going
outside. So consumption pattern is reduced, so there is less demand in a market. So working capital guidelines has been
revised by the NRB, I think 2-3 years back.
2-3 years back. Because of that reason, we can't disburse loan without considering that total requirement of this NT and all other things. So these are the challenges that excess liquidity is another challenge. How to manage that excess liquidity? Because of that excess liquidity, bank are trying to snatch loan of another bank. So we have been just fighting to get another that pie from the another bank's
Yes,
pie, right?
yes.
So that ultimately triggered this lower yield of the bank.
Okay.
So spread rate, average spread rate is reduced by less than, I think, 3.4% and less.
Yes,
So
yes.
whereas regulatory ceiling is 4%.
Yes,
So
yes.
because of these competitions, banks are offering at the base rate or base rate plus 0.5% and 1% rate for any borrowers.
Okay.
So that is ultimately keeping us in a pressure in NII maintenance. So
Okay.
that is another challenge as of now. Another major challenge is the banks are moving ahead with digital transformation.
Yes.
So every banks are launching new products in digital front and all, but the security system and safety and security systems, we have to make it robust. Otherwise, there may be huge loss
Maybe,
to be
yes,
faced
yes.
by the customers. So there is huge investment in the side of system, IT, and digitization. But central bank do not allow us to charge anything
Okay.
for that to the customers.
Okay.
Right. So banks are incurring heavy cost in this IT sector. So earlier, capital expenditure of the banks used to have in the land, building, and vehicles. Now all banks measure capital expenditure, if you just consider in a budget or actual capital expenditure, that is in a digitization, IT, and
Okay.
other things, which cost is not being covered. We can't pass. Yes, certain portion is passed, aiding in this
To the customer
to
side.
the customer in a base, aiding in a base rate,
Right,
but
okay.
which is very less to cover. So because of that reason, banks' profitability is getting hit. And another part is the human resource part. So because of this political unrest and other things, even young people are frustrated. They don't want to stay in Nepal. So young talented are migrating.
Okay.
So my bank is one of the best paying bank of the country. So before 5 years, there used to be hardly one resignation, 2 resignation in a month. So now there used to be 5, 6 resignation in a month. So people are, and then the reason they are flying to foreign countries for the job and employment, and even to study visa as well. So talent retention in the banking industry is also another challenge. So NPA management, talent retention, and this cost optimization and digitization are the major challenges of the bank as of now.
Okay, but I think the digitalization is the one of the aspect right now. Across world, each and every country is now adopting the digitalization because this is one of the tools through which the cost of the borrowing is also going down because you need less people to maintain the more accounts. So this is one aspect is also
I fully agree on
politicization.
that.
Yes, yes. Sir, another question that what is the solution of the over liquidity in the across the banking sector, and what should be taken by the NRB or the government to utilize the over liquidity position in the banking sector?
Yeah, this is.
So, what is your view and what is your
So basically, I have very much clear-cut strategic point on this, which I already communicated to the government official and regulators and all. So the current situation of the government is very poor because revenue collection is very less.
Yes.
So even if you just consider that current level of total revenue mobilization and the expenditure incurred,
yes.
so total revenue collected is less than 120 billion rupees of that salary payment and the interest payment and the regular expenses.
Yes,
So,
right.
so now this situation means government has to borrow, government has to issue treasury bills or the development bond to either make regular expenses payment or to pay interest of that already taken loan.
Okay.
So that means we are going into the mode of the debt trap, right? And capital expenditure is very less.
Okay.
So it's less than 5.5% as of now. So almost 4 months of this fiscal year already passed, but the capital expenditure is very less.
Okay.
So this time is the very good time for the government. Sometime before 1.5 year, so treasury bill rate was raised to 13% as well. Now treasury bill rate has been reduced to 1.9 to 2.75, 2.6 and like that.
Yes.
So if government issue long-term development bond as of now, I think those long-term development bond will be easily subscribed at the rate of 4 and 4.5%, right?
Okay.
So at least let's say 400 billion rupees if government will borrow, so that amount will be socked by the government, and that amount has to be utilized for the development activities.
Yes.
Right. So if that amount will be utilized to the development activities and to pay due amount of the government.
Okay.
So if they will use that money for that development expenditure, then what happened? The cement factory will work, that brick factory will work.
The core sector will be move on.
So every sector will work. Even labor will get this salary, more employment will be there, then the consumption will ultimately will be revived again, and this production will also got impacted. So there will be positive impact on the GDP. Either way, government has to borrow that money now or later on.
Yes.
So why not today? Why not to make expenditure, capital expenditure of now when there is excess liquidity in the market? Rashtra Bank is observing that excess liquidity paying 2.75% as the interest unnecessarily, right? So that amount has to be utilized for the development expenditure, which will ultimately utilize everything. One factor.
Yes.
Another, so Rashtra Bank is observing that excess liquidity. Fortunately, we are getting 2.75% interest on those amounts.
Yes.
But and I have one opinion that the capital market somewhere the very lower rate as of now. So scripts are being traded at the very lower rate. So if Rashtra Bank allow to invest us in a trading securities for the trading purpose, that will help to utilize that excess liquidity of the banks to investment in share, securities, debenture and other instrument in the capital market. But I don't say that without selling, no. There may be selling. So 5%, 10% of the core capital can be utilized for the trading securities. So if that circulation will be there, so then capital market will grow,
yes,
right, and that excess liquidity will also be utilized in some other instrument as well.
So entire cash flow will be improving for the country.
So if this capital market will grow, then capital market ultimately will help to make this real estate sector liquid, right?
Yes.
So if real estate sector will get liquidity, then again repayment of the bank will be better.
Yes.
Right. So these are certain things which can be considered as of now. Otherwise,
I think in one statement is a win-win situation for everyone.
Yeah. So I would like to take these two major points, one from the regulators side from the Rashtra Bank and one from the government side. Other things, current finance minister, he has been trying lots of effort, he has been putting all effort for economic revival, and Rashtra Bank is also very much flexible than before to support even private sector, banking sector and all.
Yes.
And the main important factor is government has to ensure safety and security of entrepreneurs. So as of now, the private sector has lost confidence. Right. So nobody wants to expand new business in Nepal. Why should people invest?
So need to change the perception.
Yeah. So we have to praise those people who are doing business and making money, providing employment to the people and paying tax to the government, paying interest to the bankers. These people has to be recognized very well. But the current situation of Nepal, if somebody is doing good, that means he is doing some fraud and other things, and people are not recognized in a positive way, but negative portrayed there for the people who are doing good. So that will ultimately discouraging entrepreneurs to invest more money or develop more entrepreneurs. So that is another factor. And I was expecting government to come with some idea to develop entrepreneurship during this tough time. So why not in a taxation and in a budgetary system, so we can have some provision like if new business establishment established during this tough time, so there may be some tax rebate for 5 or 10 years. Let's say one business establishment established during this tough time, which either replace import or
Yes, yes.
or
it's really-
increase export
Yes.
or provide employment, let's say, to 10 or 15 or 20 people
Yes.
and contribute to the country.
Okay.
So tax holidays for 10 years or 5 years. What's wrong with that? Either way, there are no registrations of the additional businesses not there. So that type of encouragement has to be there. So within 10
Incentives
years-
should be there
Yes.
from the Ministry of Industry or the government of
Uh,
Nepal.
if you are not paying, don't take.
Yes.
Right. So current situation of the business is what? If they are there to take risk and they establish the business, what happen? So one business person will do very good in a market. Then that business person will provide employment to the society, pay taxes to the government,
Yes.
pay interest to the banks and everything. If he will lose, he himself, a single person, will lose everything and his land and building we auction and you will be on the road.
Yes.
So this ecosystem is not the encouraging factor for the private sector development. So we have to be very much serious. So social factors, regulatory factors, and even we have to think very seriously on those matters. So if private sector will grow, so everything will revive and recover very soon, because our external indicators are very good, right?
Okay.
So we have lots of foreign exchange. So we have.
So I think right now it's a 16 or 17 months.
Yeah, it's a 16 months plus service
reserve.
and goods import
Yes,
capacity,
yes.
and 19 months goods import capacity
Yes,
we have, and
yes.
that is increasing each day. Remittance is growing each month.
Each
year.
month, every month, it's the kitty of the
Yeah.
forex reserve is
Yeah.
going up.
Yeah.
Sir, you rightly said that the Nepal economy basically need confidence as well as the change the narrative from the negative to the positive side,
Yeah, of course.
and incentive as well as to
Yes.
encourage the entrepreneur. Rightly, sir. My one question on the rating side,
Yes,
because I am the rating field.
Yeah.
So last year, Nepal has got a sovereign rating,
Yes.
and the rating was a BB minus.
Yes.
So, what is your view? Ki, how much it's impacted on the investor side? Because the sovereign rating is always helpful to the and give the path to the investor ki whether the country is fruitful for the investor to invest the in a country in a different sector. So, what is your view and what is your take?
So, Anji, basically, when Nepal got that sovereign rating of BB plus,
BB minus,
BB minus, right? So everybody was so happy.
Yes.
So every main media covered that. So we got that very good rating in even a South Asian region. We get better
Yes.
rating from this country and that country. So at that time, I was in an opinion that only that sovereign credit rating will not be enough to attract foreign investors,
Yes.
right? So environment within the country matters most.
Yes.
So when and the experience of the existing foreign investors, whatever they have been facing in the country, that matters more than that sovereign guarantee,
Yes.
sovereign rating,
Right.
right? That sovereign rating, of course,
For the benchmarking point of view, it's
benchmarking
required.
purpose. So that was the investment grade of rating. So we were encouraging at that time, but my opinion at that time also, because our legal system, our social system, everything, and what experience we have been providing to existing investors, that matters most. Because of that reason, despite of the fact that we get better rating, sovereign rating than we expect, there was no substantial changes in the investment, but investment continuously declined.
Yes.
Because more than that sovereign rating, what matters is the existing investors' experience matters more.
Yes.
Right?
Feedback is more
Feedback
important.
is more. So our legal system or social system has to be welcoming.
Yes.
Right. So we welcome foreign investment, but when they would like to try to get back their money or the dividend and other things, there are so many legal hassles are there. Sir, there are so many disputes, like
yes, yes.
NCL has dispute. Recently, Dolma Impact Fund. So the reality was one, and this even finance minister was charged very badly without knowing the reason. So these types of message news will be very much discouraging factor for an investor to come into Nepal
yes.
and invest, right? Because there are so many opportunities across the world. So this global world
Yes.
this is the single
Now the
investment
world is
sector, right?
working as a global village.
So getting better sovereign rating is one factor, not all factor.
Yes,
And
really,
more
it's
than
one
that,
of the tools.
so that doesn't affect more to solicit more foreign investment. One factor, and another factor. So last time Nepal again this went into the grey list, right? So everyone is Nepal went into grey list and the investment will not be there, this and that. So before then that, so we have to make our existing investors experience better, what they experience and what they share with
Others, like feedback, yes. Feedback is playing very important
feedback
role.
will play a major role, because
I think one more thing Nepal required, more transparency in the process,
yeah,
and the whatever the incentive policy, whatever declared by the government of Nepal, it should be in a very transparent way.
yeah.
So that the investor will be more attracted towards to invest in Nepal.
I fully agree, and the legal system should be very much clear cut,
Clear, transparent.
right? So even there are so many dispute in a taxation system. One office says something, another office says something, and so many hassles are there. So that should be very much clear cut. Legal system procedures has to be clear cut, and everything has to be very much clear cut and transparent. Then foreign investor will surely come in, because there are lots of opportunities here in Nepal to invest in, either that is in hydropower, in tourism and everything. So this is a fantastic country with lots of opportunities, lots of resources, but our this legal system or this system process, everything, and our mindset also has to be changed. We have to praise investors.
Yes.
We have to recognize investors in a very positive way. And if somebody invests money in the country, if
Yes.
they want to take back, that also has to be very much welcoming. Not only at the time of investing, will be very much welcoming. So while taking back,
so as per your views, balancing should be there for incoming and outgoing.
yeah, of course. That
Yes.
then investor will put money. Otherwise, why people will put money in the country to face this types of hassle, this and that?
Yes. Sir, my another question once again on the rating side only. So during the 2011, so here regulators adopt the external rating for the capital market only, and slowly after some time, so NRB has also adopted the external rating for the benchmarking and for the financial process for the
Yes.
lending point of view.
Yes, sir.
So, what is your view and how it's helpful to the bankers? Because in this day around 1200, maybe the number will be little bit higher or the lower, but I think the 1200 around customers are different instruments are rated in Nepal by the all three rating agency. Right now, 3 rating agency is working here.
Yeah, yes, sir.
So, what is your view and how it will be helpful to the bank to identify the good customer or the customer where something is on the very lower side? So, bankers and the customer both together working over to improve the financial position of the company. So, what is your view?
So I have very much positive opinion on those rating of either that issuer's rating while issuing debentures or
Yes.
shares, because for the investor's purpose, investor has to understand.
Yes.
Because rating agencies, when you will rate me,
Yes.
so of course you will see everything from governance level to my portfolio level to my process system, my trend and everything. Even you will analyze present, past and future, everything, and on
Yes.
that basis you will provide the rating.
Yes.
And this rating company will be equipped with that level of resources. We can say these are the ratings,
Yes,
and
yes.
rating are and which rating is the investable grade and which are not. So that is ultimately help investors to choose right script. That was another.
Yes.
That is the part of the issuer's rating. And for the borrower side, so Rashtra Bank has make provision to get credit rating for any customers who has to take loan for more than 500 million,
yeah.
so 50 crore rupees,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So if any borrowers want to borrow
Yes.
more than 50 crore rupees, so they have to provide credit
External rating, yes.
external rating from credit rating agency. So that will of course ultimately help us. We will understand that what exactly the situation of the borrower. On that basis, we can rate them, we can accept or decline the offer, and we can charge the premium at the higher side or the
Yes.
lower side,
Yes.
or that is the very good developments in the country. But the situation is, I will frankly share with you.
Yes.
So, but the borrower are very much reluctant to get this credit rating,
Yes.
even though they want to get exposure of more than 50 crore rupees.
Yes.
Not only because of that what rating they will get, but because of the pricing, and this is the extra burden, additional burden, because that rating fee will be paid by the borrowers, right?
Yes.
So because of that additional extra amount they has to pay, they are reluctant. We have been continuously pushing them, requesting them to get credit rating. Ultimately that will help you as well,
Yes.
because they will check overall health for your
Yeah.
company. They will discuss with you what's wrong, what's good, everything will be discussed, and you can make a roadmap for improvement, continuous improvement.
Yes.
This is not only for the regulatory compliance,
Yes.
but you will get one clear cut idea where you are, and,
Yeah, right.
and what strategic points you can take to improve your rating.
Yes.
So that is value addition to your company itself. We are trying to convince our customer in that way, but somehow still customers are reluctant to get that credit rating, but gradually they are understanding the
Awareness
impact.
is going on.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah, that awareness is there, and they are getting external credit rating, and we have been encouraging them to get external credit rating. So if they will get that external credit rating, so we'll also make some discount on the premium as well. So we have been
great.
encouraging in that way as well. So that will ultimately help to build good portfolio of the bank. Bank will also take calculative risk on the basis of
Yes.
external credit rating. So that will ultimately help banking.
So both
sector.
the side as
of
well
course.
as the
Of
issuer
course, even,
side
even
as well
borrower
as
will
the-
be
yes.
benefited, because they will understand that what's wrong with their business, what plan has to be made, because you will not only provide the rating, you will provide rating
Describe
with
everything.
justification,
Yes.
and your team will discuss with them, and they will also put their points. So that will be a very
And
good
basically it's a
exercise.
third party opinion, so
Yeah, of
it will
course.
be just like a transparent way.
Yeah, of
So
course.
it's also sir, now for the right now the one word, that is ESG. Right now entire world is talking about the ESG.
Yes, sir.
So for the Nepal point of view, so how ESG is impacting the investment pattern, as well as how banking sector or the financial sector is adopting the ESG, and how much Nepal as a country is ready to adopt the ESG regulations and process.
Yes, sir. Banking sector already we are evaluating ESG before providing credit, and even at the time of renewal and all.
Okay.
For the large size project, that ESG assessment is compulsory. Even for the small size businesses, we used to do ESG, and the ESG guidelines has been already issued by Nepal Rashtra Bank as well.
Yes.
All right. So being a small country, so we have to aware. So we just evaluate all those parameters, right? So resource utilization, carbon emission, and everything, and what is the social impact, and what is the social cost, and what is the governance within this borrower's company, and what is required. So we used to analyze on the basis of risk parameters. So while our file will be processed, so our RM or branch manager will also assess those things, and mainly when that file passes through, let's say, our risk department or the risk management committee to the board, at that time we review ESG part very thoroughly, because that will ultimately have long term impact.
Yes,
so if any company or if any borrower is not following that ESG guidelines, or if that is negatively impacted
on the long term point of view,
so that will not be a sustainable. So for the sustainable banking, so ESG has to be reviewed, analyzed, and that guidelines of Rashtra Bank is already there, and banks are also already practicing this. So,
Okay. So it's
from
really
our
great,
part,
yes.
from our parts, our team is quite aware. The banking sector is aware, regulators are aware, and we are practicing that. And for the bank is a noble bank, we are promoting sustainable banking.
Yes.
So for the sustainable banking, ESG evaluation and
required.
rating is the one of the key indicators we have to evaluate.
Hope you will also go for the ESG rating in the future.
Yeah, we have to.
Yes,
We
yes,
have
or third party opinion.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. Sir, the last question, it's a very personal questions to you.
Yes.
So what is your hobby?
So, sir, generally, if I got time, so I just read books.
Okay.
And I have very less time to read books. So, and my hobby is to travel around and read books, which books means this written by very experienced people.
Okay.
Like if Steve Jobs says what his biography and other people's biography, how these great people worked and what management lesson we can take out of it. So that is my hobby mainly.
That's great. And I know I think through this podcast, everyone know about that Manoj sir is liking traveling and the reading book. So that's great. Sir, thank you very much for your time, and it's a valuable time because you're a very busy person, because your bank have a very large setup in Nepal. So it's a really great, and it's a great interaction with you. So during the interaction, we discuss about the Nepal economy, as well the banking sector, and how the rating is also helping the banks to take a decision at the time of the sanctioning process. And we also try to find out the solution to how Nepal will be go ahead and the economy will be move on. So thank you very much, sir, for your time and for your valuable time. So once again, thank you from.
Thank you, Anand sir. So this is also a very insightful talk with you. So we are very happy to have you people here as a rating company.
Yes, yes.
Because there was only one company earlier, so you people entered into the market. So people have choices and options
Yes,
now.
yes, yes.
So we also ask for your services, and we will also ask our customers as an alternative credit rating agency to you. So you people are doing really great job. So last time our experience with you while rating was also very good. Your points and whatever you raised was very valid.
Yes.
So I really appreciate your value addition as a rating company, either for the issuers side for the investors interest protection, or for the borrowers rating for the bank's interest protection.
Yes, yes.
So your role is very vital. So if any assistance required from the industry side and banking sector or others, so we will be always there for you. So you are doing great job. So I wish all the best.
Thank you very much, sir.
Rating company and for yourself.
Thank you very much, sir. Once again,
sir.
thanks a lot.
Sir.